Good afternoon, Islanders, and today I am vlogging from my bed like a boss. Anyway, today's the first real day of summer for me because yesterday I graduated. It wasn't quite as painful as I thought it would be. Yes, our last day of school was on Friday, and our commencement and getting our diplomas and all the official stuff was yesterday. Congratulations to Taylor, who also graduated yesterday, and to Anna, whose graduation is still coming up, if I am not mistaken. This really cool thing happened yesterday. I was actually chosen as a speaker at graduation. I was a little nervous because it's a little different than talking to a camera alone in my room.
Well, in 2008, I entered Casamanico High School as a freshman. At least for me, the biggest change between middle school and high school was the blending of grades in classrooms. As a freshman, I had 2 classes with upperclassmen and freshmen, which I wasn't very good at talking to older people. I never would have thought that I'd be giving a speech at graduation. Well, there are a lot of things that I do now that I never would have thought I'd be doing. I'm going to try hard not to be too sappy about my high school experience, but it really has been such a crazy transition to where we are now, for everybody. My passage through these hallowed halls of learning has been guided by many incredible people, from friends, both on and offline, my parents, authors, musicians, video bloggers, and of course, teachers. I have here some advice based on what I have learned, and I dedicate it to the younger members of the audience that are in the middle of this change. My first piece of advice is to find what you love doing and do more of it. In 6th grade, I discovered computer programming. I made simple gaming programs to automate math homework. Eventually, with the internet as my guide, I taught myself more about networking websites and making even better games. I even gained a small amount of fame in 8th grade for hacking an online study program. I took my latent curiosity in computers and turned it into a passion. For many people, this passion is music or reading, or maybe even building things, but whatever it is, don't do it for money or fame. A wise man and former director of bands here at Casamanico always told his classes, do what you love and the money will come. And if there's one thing that's kept me from collapsing and worry about my future over the past year, it's that. Do what you love and the money will come. My second bit of advice is to try to understand people. In elementary school, it seemed like high school was a scary place full of bad choices. It seemed like the 2 types of people were bad people that did bad things and good people that didn't. But as anyone that's read the Harry Potter books knows, the world isn't split up into good people and Death Eaters. Every single person has a story, and some stories are more complicated than others. Especially in the last few years when we've had too many cases of cancer and too many deaths of classmates, friends, and family. Our very own Aaron Wilkie has a saying, don't try to make a person's life harder than it already is. I think it's very important to try to understand what a person is really like before condemning their choices. My last piece of advice comes from the inimitable author Douglas Adams. Don't panic. High school can be difficult, but it does not last forever. You have an entire lifetime ahead of you. Is it scary? Yes. But you are in control of your own life. As a senior, this is especially important to me because the opportunity to change everything is just that much closer. Right now, I'm still a little scared. But I'm not going to face my future like a deer in headlights because it's my future and it's exciting. Ultimately, this day is bittersweet because everything is changing for the class of 2012. Many of us have been together since kindergarten, and this is all we've known. It's not just that we've changed, the world has changed too. Many of us will be moving at the end of the summer, and it's not necessarily because we don't like it here, but because we've outgrown it for now. It is our time, and we will make the most of it. Thank you, class of 2012. Don't forget to be awesome.
I hope at least that you enjoyed my speech and my closing especially. And like I said, like I always say, and like is good advice for always, DFTVA. Oh, and one more thing, Islanders, check your email please if you haven't already for important island expansion related news.